Hi, my name is Tina of Treasured Expressions, and today we're going to do a seed bead jump ring bracelet. Today we're going to make a double-stranded seed bead and jump ring bracelet. I use leather cord. You can use waxed linen or waxed cotton. You can use it with a variety of size beads. This here is done with a size 6/0 seed bead, and the button will be your closure. This here is a size 8mm round beads. Again, the button is your closure. This is glass size 2 seed bead. And here's your button closure. So as you can see, you can do them in a variety of patterns. This was done with 3 colors. This was done with 1 color. And this one here was done with 2 colors. The designer is Lesley Watt. The information for her website and her blog will be listed in the description below. Okay, for this project we're going to use 1mm leather cord cut to 30 inches, and today I chose purple round 8mm beads, and I have silver 7mm jump rings. The jump rings will need to be pre-closed before you start your project, but I do want to show one that is not closed so you can see how to close it. And then take your pliers this way and until you hear a click, and then it's smooth, no ridge. Okay. To do this project you have to have a top cord and a bottom cord. Be sure not to twist them, because if you twist them, your pattern will change. Okay, on the top cord, I'm going to thread on a bead and then just slide it all the way down until it gets to the knot. You will now take both cords and then make sure they match up, and then put the jump ring over both cords. Anytime you're putting on a jump ring, it's going to go over both cords, and anytime you're putting on a bead, it's only going on 1 cord. To know where you left off, I have a bead on my top one, so that means my next bead is going to go on my bottom cord. So I will do just 1 cord. Bead that on. Okay, and slide it all the way until it touches the jump ring. Okay, now I left off with a bead, so now my next thing is to do a jump ring. There's going to be a jump ring between every bead. So as you go along, you're going to want to check to make sure that you didn't miss a jump ring. Slide it all the way down until you get to the beads. I have one on my top bead on my top cord, so now I am going to bead a bead onto my bottom cord, and you pretty much just alternate back and forth until you get to a size that fits around your wrist. And as you're beading, you're going to notice it's going to start forming a zigzag pattern. I'm going to bead a couple more on there first. Okay, right now you'll see the 2 diagonal beads here with almost like a V pattern with your jump rings. Okay. I'm going to continue beading until I get to the desired length. Okay, we are down to the last couple of beads. Right now, here's where we're at with the bracelet. I'm just going to add a couple more to finish this off, and then we'll try it to size for fit. Okay, so what I usually do is I'll wrap it around, I'll flip it, then what I'll do is I'll pretend there's a buttonhole there. And that is the way I like it. It's not too snug. And that's a good fit, so I'm not going to add any more beads. So once I know it's a good length for me, then I do an overhand knot to end it. Again, you're going to slide the knot down to the bead, but you're not going to do it real tight yet. Get it, make sure it's touching that last bead. And then you slide it with your thumb, and then to tighten it, you'll pull each cord, top, then the bottom, top, then the bottom, top, then the bottom. You can give it one final tug, but not too tight, because you could break the cords, and you don't want to do that at the end of your bracelet. I've done it before. It's not fun. Okay, now to make sure we do our buttonhole big enough, we'll actually wrap both cords around the button to make sure that it fits. Also make sure that it's big enough to slide over the shank of the button. Once I size it and that fits good right there, I'm going to slip the button back out. Then what I'm left with is a little opening. See the opening? Right like that. So where I have it pinched right here, I'm going to make an overhand knot, but I'm not going to tighten it just yet. Now before I tighten that knot, I'm going to slide it down. And I'm going to try my button in the hole again. Make sure it still fits. Okay. And it does. So now I can tighten it. Okay, now I'm just going to add my embellishment beads on the end. You can add 1 or 2 to each end, depends on what you like. I usually like 2 on each end. 1 on that end, and 1 on that end. Then you just take it and you do an overhand knot. And I usually like a little bit of a dangle. Probably about like that. Then I take my other cord, bead on the other 2 beads. And before I do this knot, I like to put them side by side because I don't like them to touch. I like them staggered. So that one knot's going to be here and the other one's going to be here. So then now I can put my knot. Okay, once they're staggered and you have it at a spot where you like it, then you're just going to take your pair of scissors and about 1/4 of an inch or so below, you're going to just cut the cord at an angle, and then you're done with that. Cut the other cord. Okay. Okay, now the bracelet's complete. I'm going to try it on. I'm going to close it. You just open up the 2 cords, your buttonhole. Okay, then I got the buttonhole opened up. And there we have it, the completed bracelet with the dangles. You can just turn it around. Okay, and that's your double-stranded leather cord bracelet with button closure.